here. Today we're going to show you how to put that door into this wall. All right, so this is a load-bearing wall. We have a brick wall, and on the inside it's cinder block. So what we did prior to today, we actually drilled a hole through the wall to see what we were working with. And this is actually what we're cutting out today. So we have the marks on the wall here, marked with tape. Okay, so our sill will be around here based on what we see on the inside. But the idea is we're actually going to take all this brick out, all the cinder block. We need to add a header support, and we need to add support on the side to hold the roof up. All right, so let's move inside and see what we did there. Now that we're inside, we already removed all the drywall off of this wall, okay? So what we did is after we moved the drywall, we drilled a hole directly in the middle of the wall, right here, all the way through. And this is our reference point from the inside to the outside. And then we knew exactly where we needed to cut the brick on the outside to center this door, because we wanted to center it based on the inside, not the outside. In this case. So we centered it, and then we went through and we drilled our holes in all of our corners, okay, down at the floor. So I'm not going to show you that one, and there's another one up there. Okay, so now we have our reference points. We went outside, we have a concrete saw. We actually drilled, or sawed the brick 2 straight lines down, and now we're going to use a demo hammer and open this all up. Before we do that, of course, since this is an outside wall, we do have temporary walls inside. We will also, when we start taking this wall down, we'll throw a couple more pieces up here at the top just to hold up the roof rafters, just to give it a little bit extra support. You can never be too careful with this stuff. Then our plan is, once this is all gone, we're going to actually just replace all this with wood. So we're going to put a big wood header at the top, and then we're going to have supports that run down. Okay, that'll be the next step that you'll see. All right, so another thing that we had to really decide on is how we were going to finish this. Okay, so the decision was actually to go, we're going to cut the size of the hole, the size of the actual header. Okay, and we're going to put the door in, and then we're going to frame it with big fat PVC around it. Okay, so there's a few things you need to think about when you're doing that. It's the depth of the door, and also the width of the door, right? Right? So you got to think about all your framing and all of your exterior trim and how that's going to come together. Okay, so I had to do a little bit of work here, trying to figure out how exactly I wanted this to look. So we can see here there's going to be a little bit of a reveal here, and then what we're going to do is we're actually going to have this come out 1 inch. So there's going to be about 1/4 of an inch. When this is finished, there'll be about 1/4 inch of brick sticking out. It'll be a nice detail. This will be inlaid, and then you'll have the brick. This will be inlaid, and then you're going to have the door. The header will be a nice big fat header, PVC header at the top. That one we're going to have to actually buffer out a little bit because I want the header to be thicker than the sides. Okay, so, and we also have another issue. The header trim that they make is thinner, of course, right? Just to make everything a little bit more interesting. So we're going to have to really pad that framing out on the top there to accommodate the thicker header. Okay, that we want to, the detail we want to go with. Okay, so another thing you want to think about is how's this going to look when it's done. Start from the end, work your way backwards. Planning, planning, planning. Okay, so here's a little time lapse. What you're going to see here is 2 duct taped lines on the brick. These are our cut lines. We use these, we determined these based off of that hole that we drilled directly in the center. Okay, so we use the concrete saw to first cut a very straight line along these duct taped lines. Then once we cut the straight lines, what you'll see we do here is we removed all of the brick from the cinder block. The cinder block is actually the structure of the house. And then we use a demo hammer to remove the cinder block. Okay. And then once we had our opening fully open, we then put our supports in the side and we put a header in. And that's what you're going to see here. You're going to see a header go in. Okay, now we're at the structure, right? So we put a header in that's supporting the roof. You can see inside there we have the temporary wall, and we have our bracing here. So it's two 2x10s and a 2x4. This is where the door is going to attach to, and we have everything wrapped with Protecto wrap to keep the water off the wood. So now we're at the stage of installing the door. So we're going to caulk. We caulked all the seams already, or all the flanges. We're going to lay a big fat bunch of caulk down here on the bottom. We're going to lift this door and put it in. Okay, so this is where we're going to pretty much end it. You're going to see us putting some caulk down, but at this point it's just installing a sliding glass door into any rough opening. So there's many videos on YouTube on exactly how to do that. I'm not going to go into that at this point. The point of this video is more to show how to cut the hole into into a cinder block / brick facade, and then how to lay out your framing. So I hope this video helped you. If it did, please like, please subscribe. We are getting better at making these videos, and the likes and subscribes do help us, and the comments do as well. And here we're going to show you some before and some after pictures. Thank you.